Well, we're going to go back to that breaking news about the major incident in Leicester now. And joining us is GBNews Home and Security Editor Mark White. Mark, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What information can you bring us about this incident?
Well, as always with these sort of developing situations, not an awful lot that is coming out from official sources at the moment. We understand this was an incident that unfolded late last night, continued throughout the night, with that area near Montfort University closed off, and it remains so this morning. And effectively, I mean, we say a news blackout. There just hasn't been much in the way of any kind of information other than the police acknowledging that the roads around that area are still sealed off. However, we have had a statement through from the university, from De Montfort University. They have just said, we are aware of a very serious incident on our campus this evening. We're working with Leicestershire Police as they launch an immediate investigation. Our thoughts are with everyone affected by what has happened. We're offering direct support to students and staff who witnessed the incident. So clearly, the official word, certainly from the university, rings alarm bells. They talk of a very serious incident, and some of the reports that are coming through suggest that this was a multiple stabbing. But as I say, we need to get that word officially from Leicestershire Police. Anytime anybody hears about, multiple casualties involved in any kind of an incident, then immediately, understandably, people's thoughts turn to the potential of some kind of terrorist incident. Well, I have to say we've not heard anything to substantiate that. And given that this was an incident that unfolded initially late last night, you would have expected, had that been the case, for there to be word from the authorities much quicker than we've had them so far. So, as I say, we await the situation. We know it's under control, but the reason that the roads around the university are still blocked off is because we are into the slow time investigation, where police forensic teams are there piecing together the exact sequence of what happened, as they will, of course, look for CCTV, any forensic clues, and speak to people that were in the area, including of course, the local students.
All right, Mark, that's Mark White on that breaking news about this major incident in Leicester at De Montfort University.
Yes, we will of course bring you any more information as we get it. All quite unclear at the moment.
But we're going to go back to Leicester. We're going to Leicester because our national reporter Jack Carson is there with some breaking news. Jack Carson.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, what we know about this incident so far, of course, is that officers were called here about 5 to 6 p.m. last night, saying that they were dealing with an incident here on Oxford Street, where we are. In the last few moments, a post on X from Leicestershire Police replying to people who are talking about this incident has said that speculation is unhelpful, but we can confirm that this was not a mass stabbing. They say further details will be published shortly on our website and social media channels. Of course, there was a massive police presence here last night, and into today you can see behind me where these cordons are still in place. These cordons are on multiple roads around the city. The city this morning eerily quiet, with so many cars unable to come down these usual streets. Of course, the De Montfort University spokesperson confirmed that the incident took place on its campus, saying we were aware of a very serious incident on our campus, that they were working with Leicestershire Police as they launch an immediate investigation. They say their thoughts are with everyone affected by what has happened. We know from a spokesperson for the East Midlands Ambulance Service that the caller reported a medical emergency here last night. The East England Ambulance Service say they sent a paramedic in an ambulance car, 3 crewed ambulances, and a responder from the air ambulance was also in attendance. They say we transported transported one patient to Leicester Royal Infirmary. And we're just getting some breaking lines in now from the Press Association, who say a Montfort University student who does not wish to be named said he saw an elderly man receiving medical attention on a pavement. The student, who apparently has been on their way home from a field trip, told the Press Association, "I just saw a person on the floor and getting CPR. I was going back home and then I just saw the police around and saw the person on the floor." That person tells PA that he was an old man. I think I didn't really look too much because I'm kind of sensitive. The student said the man was lying on the pavement across the road from the Bowling Green pub on Oxford Street, Leicester. That is still this same street here. So as you can imagine, lots of news coming to us all the time here in Leicester, of course, as we try to work out exactly what has happened. But as you heard, the Leicestershire Police Force expecting to issue an update immediately. But just to say what they've told us in the last few moments, that speculation isn't helpful, but we can confirm that this was not a mass stabbing.
Well, we're going to go straight back to Leicester, where Jack Carson has more on that incident. Jack.
Thank you. Yeah, we've now got the full police statement on exactly what they believe to have happened here. They say a murder investigation is underway after a man is believed to have been stabbed close to Leicester city centre. Leicestershire Police confirmed they were called just after 5 p.m. yesterday following a report that a man had collapsed in Oxford Street close to the junction with Bonners Lane, which is that junction just behind us there. They say while officers were en route to the scene, it was reported the man, who is in his 20s, had been stabbed. As we were saying, the East Midlands Ambulance Service attended the scene here. They took a patient to Leicester Royal Infirmary, but Leicestershire Police now confirm that that man, believed to be in his 20s, died a short time later. They confirm in their statement that detectives from the East Midlands Special Operations Unit and Major Crime Team have been working to establish the full circumstances around the incident, but that they have arrested an 18-year-old man on suspicion of murder who is currently in police custody. They say as their investigation continues, they'll be carrying out a number of inquiries, including reviewing CCTV and speaking to witnesses who were in the area. They say an appeal is being made for anyone with information or mobile phone or dashcam footage to come forward. They say it's believed the victim was involved in an altercation with another man in the street. They say that man left the scene prior to police arriving. They say scene preservation remains in place while it's examined by forensic and search specialists. And the Detective Inspector Lorna Granville, who's a senior investigating officer at Leicestershire Police, says we're currently piecing together exactly what happened on the corner of Oxford Street and Bonners Lane between what is reported as two men involved in a confrontation. They say in that statement one of the men is believed to have been stabbed and then collapsed in the street, and despite the best efforts of medical staff, he died in hospital. And as we said, it says further in that statement that CCTV in the area is being reviewed. They say many people came to the aid of the victim before the emergency services arrived here at the scene. They want to thank them for their help, saying if you're one of these people and haven't yet spoken to police, make contact with them. Of course, with this incident happening at 5 p.m. yesterday, Senior Investigating Officer Detective Inspector Laura Granville says that many people in the area, particularly motorists, would have been driving along this street, and if they saw anything on dashcam as they drove past the area, they would appreciate hearing from you. They say the incident has caused major disruption in the city, but the local officers will be in the area over the coming days to carry out reassurance patrols. Of course, the Montfort University, who confirmed in a spokesperson earlier today that the incident had happened on their campus, say they are remaining to support students.